Hello everyone and welcome to this pick a card reading. So we're going to do a tarot oracle card reading today, and we're going to look into like a specific situation that you're dealing with, and we're going to ask the question, how can you change the situation that you're in, and why hasn't it changed? So this one is answering the call that someone is needing right now. So we're just going to go into that. So there's 4 groups today, as you can see on the screen in front of you. Go ahead and choose the card that you feel drawn to and think of a situation. And if you don't have a situation, well, you might still get messages, so you could just watch it anyway. Alright, that's all for now. And take care. Bye. Okay, so group 1, you chose this Lion card, Go Wild, Full Moon in Leo. So how can you change the situation that you're in? I want to pull some tarot cards here to see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, this situation is already handling itself. I'm seeing you don't really need to actively do that much, because with the World card and this full moon energy, I'm just seeing you've put the work in already, and there's something maybe actually beneficial now in you letting go and maybe taking a step back, or changing strategy from working really hard and things are really hard into kind of going wild, following your instincts, following your intuition, doing something out of the ordinary. So how can you kind of change the situation that you're in? Well, I'm seeing that the situation that you're in is going to be coming to some kind of a completion. With the World card, it talks about something like a culmination, a natural ending that has come through a cycle. But I'm seeing you getting a really good payoff for something, you're gonna get, this ending is positive and you're going to be feeling very lucky, I just heard, but I was gonna say kind of rewarded, and you're going to be receiving kind of a payoff for your hard work and a recognition for your hard work, and that's going to be feeling really good. So kind of permission from your spirit guides and your higher self wisdom is pretty much, you can go wild a little bit, you can let go of your control a little bit, because I'm seeing that in order for you to have handled this situation in the past, you've had to be really disciplined, really diligent, and really hardworking and really focused, and maybe even sacrificing certain things for this situation in order to make it work. But now that energy is really ending, Spirit saying, and you can kind of let your hair down, and I really am seeing kind of the need for maybe a celebration. Maybe you need to celebrate your own hard work, or you're going to celebrate when this situation comes to an end, or when this situation, because the word end might not be the right word, because the end might not be the focus of it. For example, maybe it's not an end, but it's a beginning, a new beginning into a different version of yourself or of your life. For example, spending all this time planning a wedding, but then you have the wedding, right? And it's this is kind of energy. It marks the end of your life as a single person, but in that moment, the end isn't really what you're focusing on. You're focusing on the new beginning of now you're married, right? So I'm kind of seeing that's the energy. It might not, for some of you, the focus really might not all be on the ending. It's just that in all of this there is something ending. Okay, so it could just be a huge celebration, like a wedding that's been planned for a long time and you've put a lot of work in, and now you get to receive it and you get to celebrate it. It's that kind of energy. It's a celebratory energy. But for some of you, it could be like the end of a really tough time where you've had to work really hard, maybe at a job you don't like, or in a situation that's been hard to stand in. And I think that for some of you, you've been in it for too long and you wish that it had changed already. So you're going to kind of feel a bit like you're released from it when it happens. You're released from the stress, from the burden. And so you're going to feel like a bit wild. You're going to feel a bit like unleashed. And you might need to kind of, like I'm seeing, like celebrate yourself a bit, celebrate life a bit. Maybe like whatever that means to you, like partying or socializing or, celebrating. Okay, let's see. Wow. Are you seeing this? All major arcana. Okay, so how can you change the situation that you're in? Some of you might be wondering like what the timing is with the Lovers card. I'm getting that kind of energy, but I'm not really seeing the timing. But I am seeing that there's something almost like final about this change that's happening in this situation changing. Like it's sort of final. And again, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can interpret it both ways. It might be that this sort of like with the World card, and there's just sort of this gravity with all of this major arcana. Like I'm kind of feeling a heaviness, like a karmic heaviness to it, in that maybe it's been a really tough situation and you're coming out of that now. But I'm just seeing there's something final about it. Like, for example, if you've been working at a really tough job that you don't feel aligned to and it's been really difficult, but you've been putting in the hours, it's like leaving this job and ending that situation. It's like there's a finality to it in that you're not going to be sort of experiencing jobs that you hate anymore. Like it's the end of a cycle, because the World card, it like talks about karmic cycles and things like this. So I'm seeing it's like the end of some kind of a karmic cycle where you're not going to, and I'm just sort of seeing you're just not going to, it's not going to happen anymore. Like you've learned the lesson. So whatever way that this situation manifested for you, that you didn't like it or whatever, it's not going to happen for you anymore. And that's just if it's more of a negative situation that you're coming from, right? But for others of you, if it's a more positive situation, like I gave the wedding example, the finality then and the gravity of that situation is that this is your person. Like this is done. You're married now for the rest of your life. So wow, so there's sort of this hugeness to this situation that's happening. And it might appear that way to you, or it might not. It might feel kind of mundane for some of you. But there is actually, with all of this major arcana, like this is some deep sort of karmic things. And it could be about a relationship with the Lovers as well. Let's see. The Page of Swords. With the Page of Swords, that's telling me that you still don't know everything about this situation, that like how it's going to play out or what it is, what it has meant for you. Like there's some kind of deeper layer that you're yet to find out, because the Page of Swords is like a quest for knowledge and kind of seeking with curiosity and like a thirst for knowledge. And I'm just seeing that like once this situation ends is when you're going to find out like kind of like the juicy details. So it could be you're going to like find out why did this situation happen? Why did I always attract that kind of person or that kind of job or that kind of boss or that kind of treatment? There's going to be some kind of like knowledge or information or understanding of why, and you're going to have that question answered, and it's going to help you as well to like really close the door on something. Or again, if it's like a positive thing, because this the thing with this reading is I'm getting that this reading applies for people both if what they're leaving is a situation that they would view as negative, or if it's something that is being created that's positive, like I said, getting married. If it's a positive thing, it's going to be like you are really learning about, like you keep learning about this situation that you're moving into. You keep going deeper and into more and more layers, or like falling more and more in love with this perfect thing, right? So it's a really positive thing in that there's so much more, basically, Spirit saying, to what's going on for you right now. There's so much more to the situation that you're in than just what's on the surface. And there's also so much more to where you're going, because I'm seeing that something is beginning for you in that as well as something is ending. But really, again, with the Page of Swords now, I'm seeing it more as like there is so much more for you to learn and be led on and be led on and be led on. Interesting. Spirit's kind of leading you on a little bit into a perfect path that it's kind of you're getting led on in that you're a bit blindfolded. Might not actually know for sure where Spirit's leading to you, or blindfolded as to like, why did this play out the way that it did? And I see that you probably have questions, or you will have questions along this path, but your questions are going to be answered. Like, I feel that that's something that's important to you, but it's also apparently something that's very important to like your soul's own growth and your soul's ability to kind of like be at peace and like let things go, is that you need to be able to understand it and have some kind of knowledge or information about it, and really understand like the deeper pattern or the deeper meaning. And yeah, so I'm seeing you also being able to have your answers, and therefore be able to have a deeper sense of peace in life. And so why did this situation happen? Well, Spirit's saying that Spirit's not going to tell me, because with the Page of Swords, there's so much more for you to find out, or there's so much more for it to play out, that it's sort of like won't make sense right now. There is a really deeply karmic element to it though, because of the Major Arcana. And I do see that ultimately it did play out for your like highest growth in this lifetime. And yeah, if it is a really tough situation that you're in, then I can at least give you the comfort that it is going to be coming to an end. And with a finality as well, in that you're not going to have to go through that again. So that's really positive. And if it's a positive situation, then it's going to be even better than you thought. With the Page of Swords after the world, it's like you thought it was the world, and it's like it keeps on, it's the universe, it's the it's the multiverse. Like there's a lot more there. Okay, group 1, I hope that helped you in some way today. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, group 2, there's an element of your situation that you're in where an actual like perspective shift would change a lot about it. And it's sort of the difference between like a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset, or a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, if you've ever heard that. It's quite interesting. So it's kind of like a fixed mindset would be like, I can't learn this new skill because I've never learned it before and I'm not good at it, Whereas a growth mindset is, I can learn this new skill, and even if it's challenging, I can push past those challenges because it's challenging for everyone to learn something new, so you can kind of see the possibility even if it's hard. So I'm kind of getting something about your situation, or a way of handling your situation, or a way of actually relieving suffering to do with a situation that you might be in, would be to change the perspective on it. And it might be as, for example, if you feel like you have to change something about, this is an example, if you have to change something about the way that you look, well, your spirit guides are saying that you have to change the way that you're looking at yourself. You don't have to change the way that you look. You have to change the way that you're looking at yourself, to see your beauty, to see yourself with love. It's that kind of thing. So there could be something about the situation that you might be surprised about how quickly it can change when you see yourself differently, or when you see the situation that you're in differently, and when you can kind of look for the value in it. Yeah. And I know that can be potentially hard to do, but I'm seeing Spirit saying something like, look for the value in it. Okay. Wow. Major Arcana. What? Okay, we've got the Hanged Man on the back of the deck as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of messages coming through. This reading topic is quite interesting because there's kind of diverse answers depending on the person, but okay. How can I change the situation that I'm in? For some of you guys, you don't actually want to change it deep down. That's the message. What you need to change is your perspective, but actually the situation itself may not need to change, or you may not need to change. That is for some. That might not apply to everyone, of course, which is totally fine. For those of you who are like, actually, that's definitely not true for me, I definitely need this situation to change, that's totally fair. Then Spirit's saying you have the ability to change that with the Chariot. You absolutely have the ability to change your situation with the Chariot. The power is within you, okay? But I'm feeling like with the Hanged Man, again, it's this energy shift that needs to take place for you to access your power again, or for you to access kind of like the roadmap out of your situation, for you to have that higher awareness with the Hierophant, or that kind of like maybe also needing more support. How can you change the situation that you're in? You might need more support to do that, or you might need support to help you with your changing your perspective on yourself or on something that you're going through. But I'm seeing with the Hierophant, yes, it could be that you need support to kind of like be guided to an energy within yourself where you have so much power in you. And if you feel powerless in a situation that you're in, all you need to do is go and find that power inside of you, and you can latch onto that. And I'm just seeing you be unstoppable. I'm also seeing with the Hanging Man, with the Chariot, with the Hierophant, this is a big energy that you're dealing with. It could be a really tough situation, or something that feels, like I'm just feeling like you really might feel a sense of like feeling chained or feeling restricted by a situation that you're in. And I'm really seeing that freedom is really important to you, and that you aren't too far from your new beginning, okay, with getting out of this situation. Because when will it change? Well, I'm seeing it's the last quarter moon in Sagittarius on this card you've chosen with Practice Gratitude. So the last quarter moon, it's waning down. So it's a waning moon. So you're going to basically be going through like another little quarter time period before the new moon. Like I'm seeing there's a waning period in your life where it's like you're almost gathering your power a little bit for a little while. You might need to gather your power or gather some resources, some money, financial power. It could be that. But I'm seeing that doesn't have to take too long. If it's a really tough situation you're in and you're like, holy shit, I can't stand this for much longer. It could even be within a week or two, okay, during this period where you need to but you do need to, Spirit saying, just halt for a moment with the Hanged Man before you make any huge moves. Halt for a moment, make sure everything's lined up, make sure you have the support that you need on the other side of it, and then go for it, okay? But I'm definitely seeing that things are going to change for you 100%. However, there's a need to plan before you take drastic action, but that planning period doesn't have to be too long. It's the last quarter moon, right? So you're almost there. a few more steps, and then you're set up for success. Okay, Sagittarius is a bit of a bigger picture energy there. So you're looking like you're going to, you're aligned. Right now, Spirit is saying you are aligned. It might feel uncomfortable, definitely might feel uncomfortable, but where you are is aligned, and you're also aligned to be changing that. So whether that's, again, the perspective shift, the mindset shift, or the physical shift. And it could be that the mindset shift creates the physical shift for some of you. Okay, let's see any other messages coming through about this situation and advice, Spirit. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you don't want to lock yourself away from resources that are available to you right now. You don't want to lock yourself away from maybe the finances of financial support with the Five of Pentacles, or some kind of support for your health or something. I'm seeing you just really need support. I'm seeing in this situation, or in leaving this situation, or with this situation coming to an end. Give yourself some support, and you might need to kind of ask for that a little bit. And Spirit's saying, you really don't have to go through this on your own. There's support available to you. Okay. Page of Wands and the Emperor. Wow. I'm seeing again this theme that part of why this situation is changing is that you are finding your power. And for whatever reason, I'm just seeing that you might have felt powerless to make change in this situation for a while. But you are really coming into that power. And I'm seeing that you're doing it through assistance. I feel like you need support as you are elevating. And you really, because I'm kind of seeing this energy where you're going from the Page of Wands to the Emperor in some kind of area of your life, or some kind of situation that you're in. You were the Page of Wands, and you're moving into so much power and authority and personal freedom. So this is amazing. And I'm kind of seeing the Page of Wands as being very childlike, and then the Emperor is the father archetype, right? The divine masculine authority archetype. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful progression energy. And I'm just, again, getting this message of, reach out, get help, ask for help, or find or support yourself if that's appropriate, But you really, with the right supports, it might just be the situation that you were in, you felt powerless to it because you didn't have the right support in a certain way. And I'm seeing that support is coming in for you, and this is how this situation is going to change. You're going to feel so much support from your life around you that you're going to feel empowered to make that change, or you will feel the shift in the perspective of your situation, and you won't feel like you need it to change, because you'll feel acceptance and love for it as it is, if that's appropriate to your situation. Okay, group 2. I really hope that helped in some way. And take really good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading. So you chose full moon in Capricorn. Take a reality check. So how can you change the situation that you're in, or advice about it? Interesting. I feel like the message about your situation is that there's some element of it that's going to take some hard work, even blood, sweat and tears, I kind of heard. And there may be some aspect of you that has maybe been a little bit in denial about how challenging the goal that you have is, or the ideal that you have is. But what I'm also getting simultaneously though is that it's 100% achievable. You can do it, and the situation that you're for some reason I'm getting a goal energy with this situation, so I'm just kind of going with that. It's 100% achievable. Even if your goal is for the situation to end, that is 100% achievable. But I'm seeing that, like, for example, if you had a goal to start running every day, or, not every day, but, you start running, and you kind of like go out for a run and it's really hard, and you're like, oh, well, I can't do this isn't for me. And Spirit's saying, like, well, hold on, take a reality check. Like, running is going to challenge you. It's going to feel uncomfortable sometimes, but that's not a reason to not do it. It's hard for everyone, kind of thing. So it's kind of like grounding your goal into some kind of realism is going to give you the motivation and the fuel to actually get to where you want to get to. And Spirit's saying you can get there. But you can't sort of like make assumptions about what it's going to look like or what it should look like, because there might be some aspects of it that could cause roadblocks, like where you might be tempted to kind of turn and walk away, but actually it's not meant to be a roadblock. It's meant to be a challenge that's overcome and that you grow from and that you grow within, and that nourishes your life path, that doesn't take away from it. So it could also be that you're asking about a situation that you're in right now, and for some of you, the message could be that you're being guided to stay there, to stay with it, to keep on working at it, and to not kind of like turn away if there's an obstacle. That will apply for some of you guys, yeah. All right, so the Tower. Okay. The Tower, the Seven of Cups. Yeah, see, this is interesting energy with the Tower and the Seven of Cups. Like, the Seven of Cups is giving me, because the Seven of Cups can talk about like not seeing something clearly. And with the take a reality check and the Seven of Cups, not seeing something clearly, and the Tower, it's like, boom, sudden awakenings, shock, endings. It might be that you weren't seeing a situation clearly, and now you are seeing it clearly, and it was always this way all along, but you went into it with like kind of a perception that it will be some other way, whether that's good or bad. Now you're having your reality kind of shaken because you're seeing it differently, and you're like, wait a minute, has it all of a sudden gotten really bad, or was it always like this and I just did not see it? Because Spirit's saying, yeah, there's some element of this situation that was always like this, or that was always going to be like this, like running, being challenging. If you're not used to running, that's normal, right? So Spirit's kind of saying that this kind of Tower moment is really happening in the realm of the Seven of Cups, which is the realm of illusion. Like, some kind of illusion has been crashing down, and it might be that you realize that this job that you thought was perfect for you ended up hating it or something, or, a friend who you thought was a great friend wasn't, or, this kind of thing where it's like, damn, there might be a disappointment here, but ultimately Spirit's saying that the reality of this situation is going to serve you. Like, it's better to know the truth about this than to basically be living in an illusion or living a lie. So there's something beneficial about this reality check, I guess, that's come in from Spirit. And again, for some of you, it could be this reality check with this situation is that you're actually not meant to leave this situation. Okay. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah. And the Nine of Cups. There's something about this situation that really wants to give to you. It really wants to be generous with you, and it really wants to like nurture you and nurture your dreams. There's something about this situation that if you are willing to take the reality of it, which is, the parts of the situation that you feel you might not like, the parts that are hard, or just not shiny and beautiful and fun, the hard work aspect of a goal. If you can take that, then this situation is going to give so much to you. It's going to really be the path to you achieving your dreams. And with the full moon in Capricorn, like, I'm seeing this dream is so attainable to you. And it could be this, that you're asking about some kind of situation like, you've constantly been trying to like turn your health around or something like that, and it's like you can finally achieve that through this following this path. So something about this situation, like even if you feel like it's been negative or like some kind of a hindrance to you, it's going to turn on its head, and you're going to see it as actually always been serving you all along, which is really interesting. It could also be like the way to change the situation that you're in for you is like something really simple could change a huge element of it. Like maybe you had like one little blind spot about this situation, and if you just changed that, then all of your efforts would come together. You know, like, I don't know. For example, if you've been, I don't know, trying to lose weight or something, and you've been doing all of these healthy practices, but you haven't been getting enough sleep, and then it's like finally you get enough sleep, and then everything in your world and your situation changes because that was the missing puzzle piece. So I'm kind of seeing like some kind of missing puzzle piece that might have been in your blind spot is going to sort of come into focus and slot into place, and then be the key that opens this situation up for you into a place of it changing for you, and you really it's something really practical would be the key, like sleep, you know. I'm just getting a message. There's something about this situation that's leading to a dream coming true for you, a wish fulfillment, and something about this situation is providing some kind of like, it's almost creating a dream coming true for you. Even if the situation on the outside, it doesn't look like something you would want, I'm seeing there's some like, it's kind of it's going to be like, flipped on its head. Like you're going to see it from the opposite lens, or it's going to be something you thought was bad turns out to be really good, and it's going to all of a sudden flip. And it's not that the situation is meant to necessarily last forever. It's not that, but it's like something about it that you thought was really blocking you in some way turns out like, oh, it just opened all these doors kind of thing. And I do see that if there's a situation that you're in that you really want to change, or it's going to change with the Tower. Like change is destined. That's for sure. And when is it going to happen? Well, it's going to happen suddenly and quickly with the Tower. It's going to happen in one big boom, one big action. And I'm not getting anything more than that, really. All right, final messages for group 3, Spirit. The 8 of Wands. Okay, well, that's talking about timing, actually. It's coming in quickly then, Spirit saying with the 8 of Wands. I'm seeing that. It's already on its way, or it's already moving. The energy's already moving for this situation to start to change now. It's already changing. It's already like the momentum's already there. So it's happening now. Okay, group 3, that's all that I have for you today. I do hope that it helped you in some way. And take good care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, so group number 4, you chose New Moon in Virgo. Trust all will be well. Okay. How can you change the situation that you're in? I'm getting an energy of like, you might just have to go through it. Like it might be a situation that Sun on the back of the deck. Okay, so group 4, I feel like you might be reluctant to finish the situation that you're in. You know, like for example, if you're studying something and you really just like are sick of it and you don't want to have to complete your, qualifications or whatever. But I'm seeing that in this kind of energy, like the advice is to complete something or to finish it or to see it through or to kind of like continue even if it feels hard and there's resistance, or you just don't feel like doing it, or there's procrastination, that kind of energy I'm getting. And it might be a really challenging thing, or it might be that in order for you to change the situation that you're in, like you have to face a really tough decision, like to, do a cutoff with your family or something, a really tough thing. But it's kind of like Spirit saying there's like a truth here that might be easier to kind of avoid, or you might not even want to look at it. There's a reluctance to come to it, but it is the truth, and it is the way that you can change the situation, or is the way that this situation will be changed, is through confronting some kind of truth and therefore either making the tough decision or just like continuing on even though it's hard. And I'm just seeing like great wisdom and strength and just gaining so much from this path that you're on. And yeah, trusting that all will be well. Like you might not trust that all will be well. It might be a situation where you really are in the dark, or you don't know how it's going to end up, or the decision to leave or something, you don't know what that's going to look like on the other side, kind of thing. But there is some kind of a truth, like I keep hearing it as there's a truth here that you can come back to, that you can come home to, that can help to ground you through the situation as you're navigating it, and that really will be the shining light, the guiding light. And with the sun here as well, I'm feeling like there's something about this situation where you're going to burn really bright, or you're going to burn really hot, and that's how you're going to be able to withstand it. Like I'm kind of thinking about the sun, and if you think about it, like the sun is just like comes in every single day and it's burning bright and it's like shining and it never gets a break. But there's something about the constancy of the sun's light and the sun's energy, the way that it distributes its light, the way that it is constantly burning is the way that it is able to continuously maintain itself. It doesn't need a break because it sort of like gains energy through burning. Whereas compared to the moon, right, which has a cycle of life every month, where it's at its full moon once a month, but it's never there any other time of the month. It's constantly like emptying and refilling its light into the world. There's constant change. So here I'm seeing the solar energy is guiding you in life right now, or in this particular situation. And there is the need to kind of just keep showing up with a constancy, even if you might rather do like a moon cycle, or you kind of want to walk away from it. There's something about needing to keep showing up, and that's going to really serve you in this situation and get you really far. And that will actually give you energy the more that you participate in it. It's like you'll get momentum from it. The more that you participate in it, the more energy that you'll get from just continuing to kind of show up and seeing it through, I'm seeing. So how can you change the situation? You kind of have to see it through, I'm seeing. Like I just feel like with this energy here, it's like complex energy. There's something complicated about this situation where it's like there's no shortcut. There's no like, get out of jail free card. I'm seeing there's something that you might have to see through to the end here. But that's not a bad thing. With trust, all will be well. And with the sun, again, there's a guiding light here. There's a truth here that you can hold on to that will help you, that will ground you. And yes, know that all will be well on the other side of this. Group 4. All right, that's all that I have for you today, group 4. But yeah, I really hope that it helped you in some way, and take good care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.